Welcome back to class. This is still Prep Station Mathematics. So the last question we solved, if you remember, we got x equals to 3 and y equals 1. So if we put that, if we go back, we'll find that the correct answer is option B. X equals to 3 and y equals to 1. Alright, so it's more like putting them in coordinates. So if you remember your coordinates, so this is more like saying x equals to 3 and y equals to 1. Okay, so now let's look at this question. It says the third term of an arithmetic progression, that's your AP, is -9 and the seventh term is -29. Find the 10th term of the progression. So let's quickly solve that. Third term is T3, A plus 2D, and they said the result is -9. Seventh term, A plus 6D, the result is -29. Now, how did we get A plus 2D and A plus 7D, 60, I beg your pardon? Now, that's because there's a law that says to find the nth term is simply A plus n minus 1D, where n there is that term you're looking for. That's the nth term. So like in this case, the third term would be A plus 3 minus 1 is 2. That's why this is 2D. So this looks like a simultaneous equation. So what do? Equation 1 and 2. So the next thing to do is, as long as you can see that these coefficients are the same, or the coefficients of A are the same, you just eliminate. You what? Eliminate. So if you eliminate by subtracting equation 2 from 1, you have A minus A is 0, 2D minus 6D, of course 6 is bigger than 2, so that will leave us with minus 4D. Okay. Now, minus 9 minus 29 is simply 9 minus 9 plus 29. So that would give me 20. So here we go. If we divide both sides by -4, we're going to have D to be equals to -5. Now, if we substitute the value of D into equation 1, for instance, we have A plus 2D is -5 equals to -9. So this would give us A minus 10 equals what? -9. So if we have it like that, what it means is that A is -9 plus 10. And -9 plus 10 is 1. Now, that is not the question. The question says we should find the 10th term of the progression. So we come here. I'm going to have to share my board a lot of times, but I hope you can get it. So 10th term, T10. Can you look at third term and seventh term? Okay, the coefficients of D are simply obtained from subtracting 1 from that term. So T10 would be A plus 9D. That's T10. So we already have A. So if we apply, T10 would be 1 plus 9. Remember that D is what? -5. So that's 1 minus, look at this, 45. And what is 1 minus 45? Is minus 44. Alright, so that's that. So that is the 10th term, minus 44. I'm sure this is clear. So let's go back to find the answer. Minus 44 is the correct answer, and it's option C, minus 44. Now, this question is on binary operation. Now, it says if x operator y equals x plus y squared, we're told to find the value of 2 operator 3 operator 5. So let's go straight. We have x operator y to give us x plus y squared. X plus y all squared. Now, when we talk about operators, they're just simply rules. So these are rules that you must follow to solve. Now, quite simply, how do we solve that question? So we're told to find something. Find the value of 2 operator 3 operator 5. Remember the bracket. Do not forget. What that means is you have to give priority to the bracket. So we have 2 operator 3 operator 5. So 2 operator 3 operator 5. Now this is quite simple. Okay, binary operations are just a set of rules. Now this is the rule. If you see this operator between 2 numbers, those numbers must follow this equation. So since this is in the bracket, and BODMAS teaches us that we should deal with the bracket first. So we can do 2 operator 3. Now if we follow this law above, this would give us 2 plus 3 squared. And 2 plus 3 squared is same thing as 2 plus 9, which is 11. Now that is we dealing with what is in the bracket. So we can bring that out. 11, remember this. 11 operator 5. Now let's work with that. This is 11 plus 5 squared, which is 11 plus 25. That would give me 36. So that is what you get for dealing with it this way. So this is, we call this binary operation. They are just a set of rules. So whatever number you're given, make sure you follow the rules. Now they are going to be easy when you do follow the rules. So 36 is the correct answer. That is option A. Now this question is a question of mensuration. That's measurement. It says an arc subtends an angle of 50 degrees at the center of a circle of radius 6 centimeters. Calculate the area of the sector formed. So this is what we're going to do. Now an arc. So you know what an arc is? An arc is a part of a circle. So I am going to draw a circle. Okay. The circle has a center. So we have, this is an arc. An arc is simply a part of the circumference of a circle. So let's say we have this. So this is the arc. Let's call this A and call this B. Now, there's an angle subtended here. The question says angle 50 degrees. Now, we're good. Let's look at that. An arc subtends an angle of 50 degrees at the center of a circle of radius 6 centimeters. So this is the radius of the circle. We're now told to find the area of the sector that is formed. Of course, a sector has been formed. What is a sector? A sector is simply a fraction of the area of the circle, or simply an area that is bounded by 2 radii and an arc. So we want to find the area of the sector that is formed. So area of sector, remember I told you that a sector is a fraction, okay, of the entire circle. So the area of a sector will simply be a fraction of the area of the circle. So this is the formula. Theta over 360 degrees times area of the sector is simply pi r squared. Are we good? So we can substitute. We're giving theta to be 50 degrees. We're giving r Given to us, r is 6 centimeters. And then we can solve now. So we have 50 over 360 degrees times pi. Now pi, since it wasn't given to us, we're going to use 22 over 7 for pi. Here we have 22 over 7 times r squared is 6 times 6. As you can see. Now let's start work. 0 cancels 0. 6 times 6, 36. This goes up. So we're left with 5 and 22 and 7. So 5 times 22 is 110 over 7. 110 over 7. So let's quickly see what we have. 110 over 7 is correct. That's option B. 110 over 7. Now, this is a question on coordinate geometry. It says calculate the distance between the points. Now, please take note as we make progress. Now, this is very key. You want to write down somewhere. All right, just good. It says we should find the distance between 2 points. Now, distance between 2 points. Okay, distance between 2 points is giving us, there's a formula to that. Let's say we have points A, B. Now, there will be not enough time to start explaining that. So if you have 2 points on the graph, let's say this is point A with coordinates 1, x1, y1, sorry. And then this is B, x2, y2. Now, the distance between points A and B, AB, is giving us AB equals the square root of y2 minus y1 plus x2 minus x1. So now we were given the points 1.5 or a half for both coordinates and negative half. So let's work with that. So remember the points. These are the points we're given. A half, okay, for both, and negative half for both. Okay, now let's go. So we're going to take this. This is the first coordinate. So we write x1 above it, y1, x2, y2. So we can apply. So if we try to apply, distance AB is simply, what is y2? Negative half. Negative half minus half. Okay, sorry, something is omitted here. So this is squared. We square this. So we have squared, okay, plus the same thing, minus 1 over 2, I beg your pardon. This is 1 over 2. 1 over 2 minus 1 over 2. Then we squared it. Now, please take note, this doesn't give you 0. This is minus 1 over 2 minus 1 over 2. It's more like minus half times minus half plus minus half. So you're going to have AB, as you come down here, equals the square root of, now minus half is minus 1. You owe half a pound and you owe another half a pound. That's the easiest way to think about it, okay? You owe 2 people half naira. Of course, if you put together what you owe 1 full naira. So this is negative 1. Now, something similar happens here. So this is also negative 1. And square it. Now, when you square a negative number, it becomes positive. So this is 1 plus 1. And 1 plus 1 is what? 2. So the correct answer, length AB, is equal to root 2. Let's see if we're correct. Now, that's option A, root 2. Now, here we go. 2010, number 36, says find the gradient of a line passing through the points P 1,1 and Q 2,5. So now let's go. This is a gradient question. This is the coordinate geometry. Find the gradient of a line passing through the points P 1,1 and Q 2,5. So let's go. P 1,1 Q is 2,5. All right, now remember what they said we should find. We should find the gradients. So how do you find the gradient between 2 points? All right, now let's go. So the gradient, the y dx, some people put it that way. Some others put it as m. Okay, whatever the case. But gradient is another name for gradient is slope. So it is y2, I'm going to write the formula on the board, minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we're going to be right back. When we return, we'll finish this work and solve more questions. Please don't go away.